Bear with us, guys. The race is underway. We're just having some quick stream difficulties. And there we go. All right, our runners are off. We have Team Farts checking the Blueprint Star real quick, while Jet and Cross are just heading straight into Link to the Past. They're going to split the items up between them, north and south. Yep, so tracking with us today, we have Cassidy Moen and Link Force. I am Snowy340, and commentating with me is Sandra.
Hello.
And the Morphball is just a reserve tank. Nothing too exciting there. We're going to have them check the E-Tank in the missiles room real quick as well. Oh, there is the Book of Medora. That might be a pretty important pickup early on. Although Ivan has elected to just skip past it.
Or maybe resetting the room to try and get that D-boost better.
Yep, looks like that's exactly what he's doing. And he gets it on the second try. Okay, we have our first set of power bombs for Jet in the forest. Going to be pretty important, especially if we do not find any bombs early on in this seed.
Of course, it's still useless until we find the most important item in the game, Morphball.
Yeah, Morphball going to be quite important for our runners to pretty much make any progress in Super Metroid. So we have Andy going to check Castle, well, the sewers real quick. See if Uncle has anything for him this seed. And we got some supers for Andy. Oh, and Uncle has the mirror. That's gonna be pretty huge. As soon as we get to Dark World, the mirror is gonna be quite important. So we'll see if Ivan's early pickup of the book actually does end up coming in handy this run, because Team Stoop's product elected to completely skip both of the Blueprint Star items. So we'll see if the book actually ends up paying off.
I'd imagine they're hoping for some kind of Super Metroid item first.
Jet finding his first sword.
Indeed.
Oh, and the bombs already.
So power bombs not as useful as they could be.
But like Sandra said, we still need to find the Morph Ball until those bombs can even be used in the first place. Jet and Cross both quickly clearing Kakariko right now. Oh, Jet finds the Moon Pearl. So with Moon Pearl and Mirror really early on in the seed, we really only need...
Spacer, baby!
Oh, and the Titan
And Power Gloves.
Power Gloves, excuse me. We're off to quite a high item start this run, especially for Link to the Past as well. So we're going to see our runners basically trekking around the Link to the Past overworld until they find either the Morph Ball to have them explore Super Metroid or something to start clearing dungeons with in Link to the Past. And we'll see what they end up finding first. Both teams have now found bombs, with Andy just picking up his set, and there's just a red rupee in the library. So with Power Gloves equipped, we have Jet quickly running into the back of sewers, going to pick up the 3 chests in here. Oh, we got a bottle. Oh, there's the Morph Ball and Varia Suit. Wow. Alright. This run is off to a really quick start. So with Morph Ball, Super Metroid is wide open, as well as bombs. Our runners can basically explore most of the non-lava areas. So pretty much all of Criteria, all of Brinstar is open right now. Wreck Ship, our players can already clear a decent amount of. Oh, and because they got Varia Suit as well, we actually do have access to most of Norfair, in addition to Criteria and Brinstar. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of the members of Stoop's product runs over to Super Metroid and starts clearing that out, like, really quickly.
Yes, it is amazing just how much of Super Metroid is opened up by the Morph Ball.
Looks like we have Cross following up on Jet, going to pick up his own Morph Ball and Varia Suit real quick. Ivan and Andy have done that early Super Metroid exploration. They do have the Book of Medora, but currently that has put them a little bit behind in terms of the other items.
Yes, it would probably have been smart to take the trip to Super Metroid now, which it appears Cross Product is doing by doing a reset.
Yep, so Cross is basically going to start clearing out as much of SM as he can. We have Spring Ball for Jet, the best item in the game. Other than that, nothing too exciting in the mini Moldorm cave. We have Andy also about to clear it. Takes a quick fall into the pit.
So I guess Cross is heading up to the upper Criteria item.
Yeah, so we see Cross doing an infinite bomb jump right now in order to gain enough height to check the top right item up here.
You don't see IBJs in these very often, so because bombs are usually not found particularly early.
But I mean, this run we had bombs and Morph Ball picked up ridiculously early, and it's just a red rupee for his troubles. We have Jet about to check Ice Cave, see if there's anything useful in here.
I wonder if he'll head off to Gauntlet now. That would probably be a good idea.
Just some bombs for Jet. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what Cross is going to do. Jumping up to Gauntlet, he's going to do a quick check of all the items up here. And since we have regular Morph Ball bombs as well, there isn't any chance of us soft-locking up in Gauntlet, thankfully. So it looks like Ivan's finally about to check the back of Escape, is going to find the Morph Ball and Varia for Team Farts. So, I mean, with such a high...
team name, by the way.
Yeah, Team Farts is definitely a top tier name. But with such a high density amount of items this early on, we are probably not expecting a whole lot for a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a pretty significant dip in item pickups. And Andy is following suit onto Ivan. Ivan is immediately heading into Super Metroid. Alright, we have cross-checking gauntlets, double missiles.
Triple
Nothing
missiles
too
in
useful
Gauntlet,
for him.
in fact. Gauntlet is very... That's a thing that can happen in Super Metroid.
Ivan finding the blue mail at BT. Oh, and the speed booster at the E-Tank. This is an extremely fast start to the seed.
Definitely.
Yeah, we might see a really quick Super Metroid clear. Like, provided that Gravity Suit isn't too hidden, we might see a really fast Super Metroid. I've been getting Alcatraz Escape without too much trouble. Andy also performing the IBJ up to the top right item up here. Of course, we know it's just Red Rupee. We do have Cross moving down to Green Brinstar, so we'll see if he finds anything good off this Mock Bowl. Oh, never mind. He has Speed Booster. He doesn't even have to Mock Bowl. Just do it the intended way. And just a bunch of rupees for him. And a piece of heart. Which he does elect to pick up.
They can be helpful.
We got Jet attempting Blind Cave. Gonna get some early Death Mountain access. This is not in the logic, so this is gonna be our first major sequence break for Link to the Past. And Ivan also picking up a speed booster for Team Thoughts.
Ivan collecting the speed booster from the opposite side to where it would have been useful.
So what we could actually see, since we already have the mirror, we might actually see Jet go for an early Tower of Hera play. You might try and clear that out, see what we have in store. Oh, and surprisingly enough, it looks like all the dungeons in the light world might be pendants, I think, according to the trackers.
Huh. Vanilla light world. Pretty much.
Red Rupee up on Spectacle Rock. We actually have Andy coming back through Red Brinstar while Cross is checking green. We'll see who ends up finding the more relevant items in these clears. It's really nice to see the early route deviations by both teams. And like we predicted, Jet is heading over to East Side Death Mountain.
Hera.
Nothing special of power bombs. So Jet does find the key in first floor of Hera. Meaning that unless the big key's in this chest right here, he is going to have to head out. Which is exactly what we're going to see. Yeah, with no Lantern or Fire Rod, they can't actually progress any further in Tower of Hera right now. So we actually have Jet making an early North Air play using the Death Mountain Warp, so he's going to check high jump boots first. Turning on his Spacer Beam, because we did have that pickup over in Link to the Past. Doesn't auto-equip. Oh, we have the Mushroom and high jump boots. Fetch quest obtained. Super missiles in their vanilla location. Missiles at Spacer and missiles in the escape from high jump. Yeah, so all run is now full clearing Super Metroid. I mean, with just the amount of items, the amount of key items that we picked up for Super Metroid and Link to the Past, we are going to be seeing pretty quick clears here.
Yeah, there's really not all that much that needs to be found for Super Metroid, I don't believe.
Yeah, we're pretty much just looking for gravity at this point.
Obviously, anything else would be nice, but it's not necessary.
So yeah, both teams heading over to Kraid's Lair, gonna clear that out as quickly as they can. All the bosses in Super Metroid are required, so we gotta get them out of the way at some point. May as well do it now since we're down here. Alright, we have Andy moving up to Kraid. Will we get the quick kill? Alright, the pressure is on. Will Andy land it? And no problems, Andy gets the quick kill. Not too surprising, all of our runners here are quite proficient Super Metroid. But just a red rupee for his troubles. We got Jet about to make his own attempt. Oh, missing the first super missile there by Jet. Is gonna have to fight Kraid in the slow manner. Oh, silver arrows in green Brinstar as well for Cross. That is going to be pretty important, as it is another one of the key items that our runners will need to clear Link to the Past. Looks like Cross is going to go back up through Blue Brinstar, do a quick clear up here.
Jet finishing Kraid with no missiles and no super missiles left.
That's right, he only brought in exactly what he needed. It was all calculated. Alright, we have Andy checking Ice Beam, while Cross checking Natural Missiles. And we have 20 rupees of the missile expansion, and plus 5 arrow capacity for Ivan. Oh, Grapple Beam over on Andy though at Ice Beam. Does give us access to Shek Tool. Plus a much easier method of getting into X-ray scope room.
I believe in Shek Tool being required.
Oh, Cross picking up Quake over in Blue Brinstar. Might be a pretty helpful medallion. We haven't seen it in the medallion dungeons yet, of course, since we haven't entered the Dark World, but may or may not be required. So with our runners clearing out Super Metroid, we might see an East Side North Air play, maybe by Andy. I mean, everyone else seems to have pretty much given up on North Air at this point. Other than that, we could see Wreck Ship. Would it be too surprising? Oh, Andy's actually heading back to Link to the Past. Oh, and the lamp under Mother Brain. Gonna make those dark rooms in Link to the Past a lot easier to navigate. And Ivan picking up Quake for his team as well. Cross just fighting some missiles in the climb. Not going to be worth the speed booster up there. Andy, having saved the old man, is probably going to head up to Tower of Hera himself and do a quick check. Oh, Ivan about to find lamp for Team Farts. Both teams are pretty close at the moment. We haven't really seen any team-exclusive key items as of yet. Both teams pretty much following each other around the map.
This is a single SNES ROM, of which I know at least one of our runners is playing this on an actual SNES.
Alright, Cross picking up the blue mail for his team.
The co-op nature of this means that our two teams have a private Discord voice chat between the two of them, and they get to communicate with each other. And that's all. Both runners in a team have to finish both games, and that will give them the win first.
Alright, we have Ivan about to check Gauntlet for Team Farts. Meanwhile, I'm expecting Cross probably will head over to Wreck Ship at this point. We have plenty of E-tanks. The ammo counts are a little low, but it should be fine to deal with Fantoon. Andy picking up his own speed booster. Oh, we actually have Jet making the right side north air play. So lots of items to pick up on the right side of north air over here. We might find some more key items.
I believe the reason this is possible is because Super Metroid and A Link to the Past, out of a strange coincidence, share essentially no RAM values. So they can be both loaded at the same time, which is kind of a massive coincidence that this is actually possible, but thank God it is, because it creates the greatest SNES game of all time.
Yeah, we'll gladly take the ridiculous coincidence. Alright, so Cross is heading over to Wreck Ship. Picks up a heart container on the way. Cross finding missiles under the ocean, Jet getting a red rupee before speed booster, and a reserve at speed booster. Nothing too exciting. Andy trying to shine Spark up to the book. Misses it just by a tad. There we go. Alright, Cross has entered the Wreck Ship. It looks like Ivan is not too far behind him. Jet now moving down to check out Wave Beam. Finds himself another one of those pesky red rupees. They do like to appear pretty much all over the map. Probably one of... Yeah, red rupees and missiles are probably the most common items that you'll find in the rando. As we see
pink
Jet.
rupees.
Pink rupees, red rupees. Guess it depends on which game you're playing. Jet firing a super into Fantoon. Fantoon not gonna like that particularly much. Andy also finding the silvers for Team Farts. Alright, I mean, so far Jet hasn't actually found a whole lot of this East-North air run. We really haven't seen anything particularly useful. Cross almost finished the Fantoon fight. Looks like maybe a ooh, close to the Doppler there. And Cross finishes up Fantoon. Oh no, never mind. Must be one hit off death. Cross once again, irritating Fantoon a little bit. He is getting a bit dangerously low, and Ivan has actually caught up to him, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Cross finally finishing Fantoon off. Oh, Ivan also has managed to catch up off that Fantoon fight. Cross not having a particularly great fight there, while Ivan's went pretty dang well, pretty smooth.
Indeed.
Oh, there's the Titan mitts for Cross. Both teams about to find him here. Mitts actually giving our team access to the Dark Lord already. We already have Pearl, so we can get access to Thieves Town right now. So we will probably see Cross and Ivan clear out the rest of Wreck Ship, relay to their partners what items are going to be necessary to pick up, and then probably head over to Dark World while their partners do catch up. Yeah, we are still missing the hammer, so we don't have access to just about everything in Dark World yet. We also are missing the hook shot. So it's still pretty limited, but we do at the very least have access to Thieves Town and Skullwoods. Also Hype Cave, which will hopefully be pretty hype this run.
That's the hope anyway.
Yeah, we did find the Pearl earlier on Rutzors. I mean, currently it seems to be that Jet and Cross are off to a little bit of a lead. They seem to be just slightly ahead of Team Farts in terms of key item pickups at the moment. But it's still pretty early in the run to see who will end up pulling ahead. And really at any point in this run, once the route deviations really start opening up, we could see one team make a gamble that throws them ahead of the other team, or pulls them even further behind. So we'll see.
Definitely in a co-op rando, it's definitely much less risky to take a gamble, but it could definitely pay off.
Hammer and Meridia, Gravity on Ped. I personally would love for that to happen this seed. I don't think our runners would be as enthused. I approve of all the theory crafting for the worst possible seed. Let's keep it up, guys. If we keep the dream alive, we can have the worst possible item required seed and really drag this run out.
Yes, I mean, with how much we've already gotten, we definitely need to make up that time in some way.
Oh, Cross just not quite grabbing the item up there, or even really getting a good look at it. Just a blue rupee there. Alright, Technomagus, I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that is exactly what happens. Ivan and Cross both about to go bowling here. You know, you need to take a little time off and have some recreational activities here and there. Meanwhile, Andy about to pump some missiles into Crocodile's gut. Or his mouth, I should say.
Good old morph ball bowling.
And Croc is gone. Behind Croc, we have just some stupids. Aaron is not finding anything particularly interesting at Speed Booster. I mean, not at Speed Booster, behind Bowling Alley. There's the hammer, though.
Gravity, my goodness. Yes, in Ganon's Tower there is a restriction that any Super Metroid key item cannot be found in Ganon's Tower. Any progression required item cannot be found in Ganon's Tower. Because no one likes a morph ball in Ganon's Tower seat.
So with Hammer, pretty much all of Dark World is open up to the runners at this point. We already have Bits, we already have the Pearl. Runners can at the very least enter pretty much every Link to the Past dungeon that isn't medallion locked. Whether or not they can clear them is another matter, but we should be able to get around most of the overworld at this point. And Jet finally taking out Fantoon. Thankfully, he does not enrage him about 3 times. And he picking up a green potion in Lower Norfair. Oh, sorry, Upper Norfair. Yeah, the grapple lock. Andy forgetting he has high jump, missing the jump here, not quite making the height. We'll probably see a shine spark over there. Oh, no, just more of a precise jump, that's all. And he gets a red rupee for his troubles. I mean, at this point, all our runners are basically backtracking over where their partners have been, collecting all the Super Metroid items they can, and then we'll probably head back to Link to the Past and see them clearing a few of those dungeons. Likely Thieves Town. We might see peeks into Skullwoods. We got Hype Cave on the table. With Mira, we can actually do a lot of the fetch quests and Titan's Myths as well.
Definitely a lot of the Link to the Past overworld is definitely very open. Some of the dungeons still have requirements, but with regards to the overworld, we're very, very open.
Cross does not have the grapple yet, so he isn't really able to do a X-ray check right now. Bit risky without high jump or grapple to try and head in there. We might see Jet try and do it a bit later on. Oh, looks like Cross is actually trying to do a short charge to get back up the tower. So he actually might end up doing X-ray here. Looks like he just came down to get an energy refill before attempting it. Ivan about to clear Kraid, and he has head back to the ship. We might see him head over to Link to the Past now. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of bomb jumping from Cross over here. Without grapple or high jump, it's going to be a lot of this. Oh, Cross getting snagged. Makes it through the second and third though with a pretty nice D-boost. Oh, that Ripper almost sniping Cross out of the air. Does get into the X-ray room. Is going to be the first person to check what's in here. And it's just supers. He will pick them up, though. Yes, we have already had Lantern picked up, also we. I've been collecting his grapple beam. We do indeed have a Firelock Terror, although now with the Lantern they will be able to clear it. I mean, we have yet to see Gravity Freezed, so we might actually see a Gravity on Ped this run. Could happen, could happen. It's not out of the question just yet. Cross looks like he's going to be the last one to clear Kraid right now. Andy having just finished up Phantoon. And Jet finally heading back into Link to the Past. Seems that our runners have pretty much exhausted all they can do in Super Metroid and are going to start clearing up Link at this point.
What do they need for Suitless Meridia?
For Suitless, you're going to need either Spring Ball or High Jump. Yeah, I think it's just Spring Ball and High Jump. One or the other, although having both of them together makes things a lot easier.
So they could do Suitless Meridia.
We could see a Suitless Meridia. You will also need access to the Dark World's Meridia Warp, but of course, we do have access to that with Flipperless. So we see Jet making a play into Skullwoods, gonna do a quick clear, see if he can lock into the Fire Rod on his way through. Finds the big key. Ivan looks to be heading over to Tower of Hera now that they have the Lantern. Gonna quickly clear that by the looks. While Andy and Cross still clearing out Super Metroid, just getting the last few items they need to grab. Oh! Jet just picking up Ice Beam in Skullwoods. Definitely a nice pickup, especially if Suitless Meridia is one of the options that we're looking at doing. So Jet finished with Skullwoods now, probably going to head over to Thieves Town at this point. And just full clear out that dungeon. Although we might see a Hype Cave check first. More than likely we'll clear Thieves Town though. Cross picking up his grappling beam. Oh, and the flippers for Jet. No flipperless required this run. Our runners are going to be able to get access to all the Light World flipper locked items, as well as the backdoor Meridia entrance from Into the Past, without needs of glitches.
Fake flippers aren't in logic, so that is definitely important. If it was logic locked.
Yeah, our runner's not making many logic breaks this run. We did have an early Death Mountain, but our runners did have access to Death Mountain through Super Metroid anyway, so we're pretty much completely in logic right now. Yeah, Thieves Town has been occupied by Steve. Yeah, exactly, Monorail. The randomizer can only put items in so many places in order to make the game actually beatable. So the logic basically states where each item can be placed. So you'll see that the logic in casual, which is what we're playing on, basically doesn't account for any glitches in either games. So if our runners really attempt anything out of the ordinary, it can break the logic. We do have a Master Sword and a Blue Cane pickup for Andy and Hype Cave. Nothing too crazy in there, but definitely not a 5 missile pickup hype cave. Wasn't the worst. I've been collecting a power bomb expansion from Moldorm, clearing out Terravera without too much luck. Didn't really find anything super useful though. Looks like we're about to see Andy do some digging. What will we find in the digging game? Where's that buried treasure? Andy getting a red rupee for his troubles. And Jet about to find blind. Ivan is at this point scouring right side of Death Mountain now that they have the hammer. Doesn't find anything super useful in the first cave. Looks like he's gonna go over and pick up the rest of the chest now. Or heading over into the Dark World. Taking the short route back up. Cross doing some farming here. And Andy checking the peg cave. We have the mini shield. He elects to not pick it up. Says, I don't need that. Ivan finding the fire rod over in the Dark World Death Mountain. That is going to be one of the required items for Total Rock, since it is not a pendant this run.
And for Skullwoods.
And for Skullwoods, of course. Andy turning in the blacksmith quest. Gets himself an E-tank. Jet finding the best ranged attack in the game, the red boomerang. Well, second best, only to the blue boomerang. Was it ice? Oh, apologies everyone. It was apparently ice rod. Yeah, sorry to the trackers, Ivan has actually picked up the ice rod according to chat, not the file. It's still a required Total Rock item, and Ivan finds the boomerang.
Boomerang! And Ether?
Yep, that was Ether as well. Andy turning in the chest for a few missiles. Yeah, sometimes those pallets can be a little confusing. All good though, chat's got us covered. Or Cross is attempting a lava dive here, that is why he was farming earlier. Will we see the lava dive without too much... Ooh, does get hit by the spikes though. Alright, he's going for a second attempt. Andy is going to enter Desert Palace. Alright, Cross is not having a whole lot of luck. Here we go, attempt 3. Oh, he gets sniped again. I don't know if he has enough energy to finish this at this point. It's going to be really close. Another snipe. Yeah, it looks like Cross is not doing too well. And with that, the first lava dive attempt failed. Ivan picking up the wave beam over on the floating island.
I think we're just about to see Hype Cave.
Yes, lava dive is definitely not in the logic for this randomizer. Yeah, so Ivan about to grab Hype Cave for Team Farts. Is gonna find the Master Sword and the blue rod here. The blue cane, sorry.
Oh, I guess Andy had already picked that up. Whoops.
Alright, Cross making his second attempt at lava dive. Hopefully, he's a little more successful here. Oh, he's jumping up. Wall jumps up the spikes. Oh, it's going to be close. And he does make it out. First try of the second attempt. So we are going to see an early lower north air sweep. Of course, he doesn't have gravity. So the lava, well, the acid down in lower north air is going to hurt quite a lot. First try every time.
And of course, the best music in the game. And there's the other medallion for Andy. So that is all medallions accounted for.
Yeah, Ryder's not gonna have too much trouble getting gated at dungeon entrances with all the medallions on the board. Jet picking up his own Master Sword and blue cane. Looks like Ivan is doing the mushroom fetch quest here. And Cross heading over to Misery Maya, gonna see what the tablet, what the medallion requirement is. It is Quake, so he actually can enter it right now. Got the 1 in 3 chance. Oh, boots were at Mushroom. There we go. Ivan picking up the Pegasus boots. And Cross finding sword number 3. Oh, Plasma at Island for Jet. That is going to be a huge bonus to his Super Metroid damage. Here come all the key items. Left, right, and center. Picking them all up. There's the bug net for Cross.
Bug net, baby.
And some super missiles. Ivan checking Zora King. Just some missiles. Jet at Hobo gonna get himself also super missiles. People are being generous with the super missiles today. Handing them out left, right, and center. Yeah, of course, Plasma is only going to be useful for Ridley and, well, all the bosses, only if they manage to find Charge Beam as well. Desert, I think, was briefly checked earlier by Andy, I believe. But he was gated and could not really go any further. Cross checking Agnes Cave while he's out here in Maya. Pegasus Boots were the Mushroom Fetch Quest reward. Is Agana hiding anything useful in his cave today? Oh, it's the 4th sword. There we go. So all swords are accounted for. Ice Rod was found in Dark World's Death Mountain, over on the east side. It looks like we are seeing a Skullwoods check from Ivan. Of course, we know that Jet has already been in there and did not find a whole lot. Jet checking Waterfall with the flippers. He's gonna find an E-Tank. 2 E-Tanks. He's got all that energy. Andy picking up the flippers for Team Farts. Cross trying desperately to catch that fairy. Oh, does not have any luck. The fairy says, no, not today. And so both of Team Farts are attempting to clear out Skullwoods right now. Unfortunately, they do not have a way to actually finish the dungeon without the Fire Rod. Looks like we might have Cross doing his own Desert Palace check. Now that we have the lantern, we can actually clear this. Also is probably going to grab his sword from Agana while he's at it. Cross without the flippers, having a bit of trouble getting through here. Just taking a few dips into the water there. We have Jets attempting Ice Palace, and it looks like Ivan is going to check what is at Ped. Rest in peace, Pedestal. Will not be pulled today, at least not by Team Farts. Let's cross our fingers and hope that Team Stoop's product collects the pendants and decides, you know what, we're gonna pull it anyway. Cross clearing GT. Finds himself some bomb capacity and just some missiles locked by GT. No key items over here. Andy picking up his own Pegasus boots from the Mushroom Fetch quest.
So we could see some hovers from Andy.
Yeah, Andy is pretty well known for his hovers. These penguins causing Jet a little bit of trouble. Nothing too difficult though. Looks like we have Ivan checking the grave over here, King's Tomb. And grabbed himself 20 rupees. Oh, cross with the spring ball jump here. He's gonna let him get up the lower Norfair tower. Andy checking E-Tank Waterfall. It looks like Andy is going to follow up Jet into Ice Palace here. They are a bit behind them, but it shouldn't be too bad. Cross having trouble in the amphitheater here is... Oh! Just misses the wall jump there. And it looks like this lava is going to take him out. Sporting all the way back up at Criteria. Not a particularly pleasant death for him though. I mean, that's the trouble with these logic breaks, is that a lot of them can be really quite difficult for the runners. And an easy mistake like that can cost a lot of time. Yeah, Jet not actually really finding anything in Ice Palace. At the very least, it was a required dungeon. Otherwise, this would have been a pretty fruitless endeavor for Jet. Oh, looks like he is just gonna go clear out the boss now.
Cold stare, baby.
Bombo's gonna make real quick work. Or Andy with a quick hover in Ice Palace. Look at that tap dancing.
That's what he's known best for.
It looks like we might be seeing Ivan do a castle basement over here. Finally, one of the teams is going to go check it out.
I think the other team did check it out earlier, but left early.
Yeah, we have found ice. Fire Rod still remains elusive at the moment. Oh, there's the cape for Ivan. Spy Cave looking possible to check at this point. But Ice Palace did not really turn anything up for our Team Stoops product. Cross grabbing the chest and bonk rocks. Just 20 rupees. Meanwhile, Ivan collecting 300. Of course, at this point in the run, when both teams know that Zora does not really have anything good for him, rupees are not all that useful. Looks like Cross is going to go rescue old man real quick. So we do have Jet entering Dark World. We might see a pod play here that looks like it's going to be happening. Of course, we don't have the bow yet, so we have pretty limited options in pod. We do have the lantern, so we are going to be able to check all the dark rooms. Oh, he's actually going to go into Sahasrara. Take a quick look in here as well. While he's at it.
That precision mirror to end up.
Oh, there's the second mail upgrade and half magic. Definitely going to come in handy for the runners. So with mail 3 at speed booster, we know where all the mails are at this point.
Cross-checking the tablet.
Just the missiles. Andy just about to clear Ice Palace as well. Ivan doing a play in the Swamp Palace here. Doesn't have hookshot, but can check a lot of the items. Andy coming up against Cold Stir. Probably going to make quick work with his Tempered Sword.
Cross falling off the blocks in tile room, so has to manually hit all of the tiles.
Looks like we're going to see Jet check Dark Room. Both the Dark Rooms up ahead. He's going to be doing the bomb jump over to Big Chest by the look. And first try, nice. Picks up a bunch of rupees. And he's actually, Jet has not picked up the torch yet, the lantern, so is going to be heading through this dark room blind. The maze not super easy for the runners. But Jet does seem to be navigating through it pretty well. Oh, Cross getting dangerously low against that mini Moldorm in Tariff Era. That was really close. Oh no, Cross taking a fall down the tower. Oh, all the way to the base. He just cannot catch a break trying to get up Tower of Hera right now. Looks like Andy is going to follow Jet into Palace of Darkness here. And I mean, we're at the point in the run where none of our runners are really finding anything super useful. They're all desperately running around trying to look for something to help them progress. The bow, the fire rod, the cane, the hook shot, but they just cannot seem to find any of them. Alright, Cross going up against Moldorm here. With the Tempered Sword, shouldn't be too much trouble, although we'll see. Oh, wow. Moldorm giving Cross the body right there. Oh, he is really gunning for him.
It's known as Trolldorm for a reason, folks.
Cross does take him out, though. Picks up his power bombs. And we actually have Jet doing an Eastern Palace check. I mean, the runners are really running out of options at this point. We have to expect that one of the few remaining key items is going to be in one of these dungeons that we just have to dip into. Ped is unfortunately dead.
What was on Ped then?
We had bomb capacity on Ped. Unfortunately. It broke all of our hearts collectively. We had a dream. We had a dream for an amazing Ped seed, and it was crushed. Cross gonna take a peek at Turtle Rock here. It is Ether, which he does not have the medallion for. And I don't think Jet has it either. Looks like Ivan is the only one with the... Oh, that is Gravity Suit for Andy. That is huge.
Oh my.
Andy
so
with the
Meridia
Hobbit.
time, I suppose.
Yeah, it looks like Andy's going to logic break into Meridia right now. ALG Hoverboy Andy making the plays. That Gravity Suit there might be a huge turning point in this race. Giving Team Farts a big lead into Meridia.
I mean, who needs gravity anyway? Like, he defied gravity to get there, so...
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Andy actually wants to clear more of Pod. It does look like he is going to go for the full clear before backtracking to Meridia, but it makes sense that we are going to see a Meridia clear from Andy as soon as he finishes this.
He can't quite full clear Pod, right?
Yeah, we're still
Doesn't
missing
Pod needs
the
the
bar.
bow?
Yeah. Ivan checking Desert Palace. I don't think anyone's actually cleared Desert Palace yet, so there could be an item on the boss. We've definitely had people dip into DP. Jet heading back over to Super Metroid. We'll see what he's gonna check. Oh, there's the bow from Ivan. Wow.
Bow, baby. In
That's
desert.
gonna open up most of Link to the Past at this point. Both Pod and Eastern Palace now completely open and giving them the logical way to access gravity. Ivan no longer has to actually do that ridiculous hover. So it looks like Andy isn't actually... He didn't go too far out of logic. He only skipped one step. Jet picking up the lamp. His favorite item.
And Andy is going to have to head back to desert at some point to pick up that bow, so...
Yeah, the bow is going to be required, even though we do only have a pendant on desert. Thankfully, it's not too far out of the way. Only first floor for the bow. I mean, we're going to see how long it's going to take Team Stoop's product to do a Desert Palace check. Because until they can find the bow, they're not going to be able to grab gravity. And if they can't get gravity, then they are going to definitely fall behind progression-wise. Jet picking up the Book of Medora for Team Stoops. And it looks like Ivan is going to full clear Pod and Easton while Andy does a Meridia check. Although Andy is heading back into Link to the Past here. We could see him enter Meridia backways through Dark World. Although with the Mountain Cave Warp, that's not looking too likely.
Digging up some free cash.
Jet doing a quick run through a blue Bridstar, not going to find himself much. Team Stoop's product really has to check Desert Palace and get the bow. Otherwise, the longer they don't check DP, the more they're going to fall behind.
It only makes sense to check Desert soon.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time at this point before they eventually check it. Looks like Jet is doing a quick sweep of the Super Metroid items. There's Space Jump for Andy. Well, didn't need high jump anyway. Space Jump is going to make getting around Meridia a lot faster for Andy now. Not going to need any...
I think that was the red cane in that missile tank there too. So Andy's probably definitely going to pick that up.
Yeah, looks like Meridia is turning out to be pretty item heavy. And I mean, Cross and Jet still trying to find something to progress. Eventually, they're gonna have to find Boa Desert.
Yes, it's only a matter of time till they find it.
The thing is, we had Cross dip into Desert earlier. He might have been locked out by not having boots.
Yeah, that's probably
going further. So we're going to see how long it takes them to recheck it.
And he picking up his red cane.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, Team Fart's really only looking for hookshot. Like, Ivan just found the fire rod as well.
Yeah, so together they can
According to the tracker.
do Turtle Rock.
Oh, Pharaoh was over in Swamp. There we go. Oh, so Swamp House did actually end up being, being worthwhile, it seems. So that means Jet and Cross actually have to dip into 2 dungeons now. Ivan clearing out Helmasaur, gonna finish up Pod real quick.
Looks like Jet's heading into Swamp though, so that's good.
Yeah, looks like Jet is gonna find the fire rod for Team Stoops. Oh, is that hookshot in Meridia? I believe. And with that, I mean, Andy and Ivan are, as Chad is pointing out, in go mode. They can actually finish the whole game from this point.
They're in no mode.
A ridiculous early go mode from Team Farts. Finding the last few items, like, pretty much one after the other.
Definitely, all they really need to do is find each other's... is pick up the last items from each other and they'll be pretty good.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a ridiculously short seat on our hands here. Team Fart's gonna wrap this up ridiculously quickly. They just have to clear out all the dungeons at this point.
Let's hope Cross and Jet find their desert. Head to desert soon, then.
Looks like Andy is doing some sandpit checks. I mean, you gotta be wondering at this point what he's even looking for. Like, the only things that are really worthwhile picking up are like charge beam. I'm surprised the runners aren't just completely beelining it for all the bosses.
Maybe they haven't realized they're in go mode yet?
Yeah, it could be the case. I mean, they have a lot of the separate items between them. Like, Andy has the cane while Ivan does not. Ivan has the rods and hookshot while Andy doesn't. Like, they might not have put it together yet that they're actually in go mode.
Yeah.
Although we could just still be looking for ammo and whatnot. That's definitely also quite likely. I mean, considering Ivan is just heading to Dragon right now, Andy probably going to go straight to Ridley here.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Andy heading back to Link to the Past. We'll see where he decides to head next. Oh, of course, they still need some more ammo to clear Mother Brain. No, I think... Yeah, I guess they do. They need some more ammo to clear Mother Brain at this point. Probably not going to need a whole lot more. With Zebetite Skip, they're probably just about have enough ammo left, but... It's still nice to be safe and have more than you need.
There's nothing you want more than not having enough ammo and basically soft locking there.
Jet picking up the fire rod. Looks like Andy's gonna head into Desert Palace now, grab his own bow. Ivan taking down Dragon. That's one more Super Metroid boss out of the way. He just has to clear Ridley at this point. Yeah, we are going to see Andy running around Link to the Past at this point, just catching up and grabbing all the items that Ivan already has.
I can't believe Desert had the big key on the thing and then a small key in the big chest.
Yeah, definitely really hurt Cross Team Stu's product having entered Desert Palace before actually grabbing the Pegasus boots. So having already done their check, they don't really want to go back there right now, and it looks like Cross is heading into Ice Bells.
Jet is in Desert right now,
Yeah,
so he shouldn't
finally
be too
getting
far
around
behind.
to it.
And then they just need to go to Meridia, and they'll be in no mode like Andy and Ivan, and then it all comes down to execution.
Yeah, of course, Stoop's product still has to use this bow in pod in order to grab the gravity suit. And then after grabbing gravity suit, and yeah, then after grabbing gravity suit, they still have to go in and find, what are they looking for in Meridia? Cane, that's
the red cane and the hookshot, right?
No, hookshot was actually Helmasaur.
Ah.
So yeah, I guess they also have to go find that one as well. Yeah, I mean, Team Fart's just looking for ammo now. They need to be able to clear the Mother Brain fight without soft-locking. So the ammo is going to be needed if they cannot find charge. Cross going for the... Oh, messes up the bomb jump here. He's going to try again. Cross having to pop his blue potion. Not having too much luck with his bomb jump. Falls into the pit again. Vario was right at the start, Cammy. It was in Escape. So we got Jet doing a clear of Skull Woods. I think he's going to be the first runner to actually do so. Meanwhile, Ivan, having cleared Meridia, probably going to head back down, possibly to North Air, possibly just go back to Link to the Past for now.
Yes, Ivan is officially in go mode, while Andy is just in no mode.
Oh, just a sec, folks. Trying to sort the audio out. It looks like we are having some issues with Ivan's audio, guys. Just heading back up to Jet for now. Yeah, I'm gonna see a ped check from Jet here. Gonna see that bomb capacity upgrade and decide probably don't need that.
Yep, Ivan just about to take on Riddles.
It does look like Ivan's audio is not working, guys. Sorry about that. Just gonna leave it on Jet for now. Looks like we are trying to fix up the audio, guys. Not having much luck, though. We do have people looking into it. Alright, Ivan coming up against GT right here. Golden Teresa, gonna spam him full of supers.
The other GT.
Yes, not Ganon's Tower. Not quite yet, anyway.
Is Ivan gonna head to Misery Mire and clear it out while on the way to Ridley? That
yeah,
would
seems quite
make
likely. Also gonna quickly check Checker Cave for some more ammo. And grab the butter sword on his way through. Alright, Cross also looking to probably do a GT clear here. Ivan is heading into Misery Mire with Andy going to clear Swamp Palace now that he has the hook shot. Meanwhile, Jet clearing Pod, about to find himself the hook shot for Team Stoop's product. And with that knowledge, Cross will also be able to grab it. Not running too far behind, Jet has found the gravity suit, the bow, about to find the hook shot. They're not trailing that far behind Team Farts, but we'll see if they can do enough to catch up here. So all the runners basically just clearing Link to the Past dungeons at this point.
Actually, it looks like Jet and Cross haven't been up to Death Mountain and gotten their Ice Rod yet, so they still have to do that.
Correct, they are still missing another prerequisite for Turtle Rock. Thankfully, Ice Rod not as important as Cane or Fire Rod here, or Hook Shot for that matter. And they probably will find it on their way after check Turtle Rock. Andy taking out the popcorn chicken. Oh, look at the speed. Far out. Does not waste a second.
Pirate squid.
Cross taking out GT while Jet is finishing off Eastern Palace. The Silver Arrows making that fight pretty dang easy.
Probably going to check, what's his name? Dude. Sahasrara. Yeah, that's the one.
Dude, indeed. Yeah, now with the green pendant, we can do a quick check of what Sahasrara has been holding on to this whole time. And it's a B. We are in B mode, folks. Sahasrara. That's how you say it, right?
Sahasrara.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting that none of the runners have found the flute yet, so they don't actually have logical access to Misery Mire. Meaning that if we still don't find the flute, we are going to have to do yet another lava dive. Although they do know where the gravity suit is.
They have gravity. They can do the lava dive to get access to Misery Mire.
Yeah, gravity jump a bit easier than the wall jumping that Cross was doing earlier.
That is in logic with gravity, I believe.
I think because we also have the space jump, it is. Otherwise, just doing the gravity jump alone is not in logic for casual. But yeah, if they pick up the space jump in Mario, it would be in logic. Andy just clearing Skull Woods. Ivan almost finished up with Misery Mire at this point. Almost made his way through it. We got Cross heading over to Ridley while Jet is clearing out Swamp Palace.
I was not aware that you could cape and dash through Vitris's eyeballs. That is a strat I have never seen before.
Yeah, nice easy way to get a lot of damage on all the eyeballs at once. Especially with the leveled up sword there.
Makes quick work of Vitreous.
Looks like we have Andy following Cross down to Ridley. Meanwhile, Jet still clearing out Swamp Palace. Yeah, Andy and Ivan actually lining up here. Both about to be in low and off there. Ooh, the charge is huge. Once Team Farts finds the charge, which Ivan will probably get to first, they really don't have to find anything else. Yeah, and with charge, that's every single beam found by the runners. Jet making his own attempt at Argus, clearing up the popcorn chicken. Going for two at a time. And Papa Silvera right into Argus for the kill.
It's definitely a smart idea to do Misery Maya on the way through Low Norfair.
Andy deciding that he doesn't want to pick up Buttersword from Checker Cave. He's just going to head straight into Misery Maya. You got Ivan attempting Amphitheater, gets a nice space jump, and skips the majority of the room. And it looks like Jet is finally going to do some Meridia clearing for Team Stoop's product. They're pretty late behind Team Farts on the Meridia clear, but they are going to, at the very least, find their cane. And probably clear Dragon while he's at it.
Surprisingly enough, our first Ridley kill is from cross-product.
Yeah, Team Stoops making a slightly earlier Ridley play. Cross probably thinking he's got to get ahead somewhere, so may as well try for an early Norfair.
Jet spotting both the cane and space jump.
Yep, knows exactly what he's got to do. Unfortunately, Team Stoop still has not found the Ice Rod yet, which is the one advantage that Team Farts had, so Jet's going to be more compelled to do a full sweep of Meridia. Because they're still missing one key item, and they have no idea where it is. Whereas when Team Farts went through Meridia, Cane of Samari was the last key item they really needed to find. So they didn't have to check a lot of Meridia. Alright, Ivan and Andy have both officially picked up all the items they need for Go Mode. So it's just a matter of them clearing out all the bosses and dungeons, and we can have a ridiculously fast time in our hands here.
Has Andy picked up his Ice Rod? I don't think so.
Oh, you're right. Andy probably just going to pick up Ice Rod on the way up to Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
thankfully...
he's probably not going to make any more checks, but he's...
Yeah, now that they have Charge Beam, checks are pretty pointless. Oh, Ivan actually cutting it really close to the Ridley fight here. This is going to come down to the wire. 39 health. He's doing a good job of keeping his distance between Ridley. Oh, dodges the fireballs.
I haven't seen a Ridley fight this intense since low percent.
Oh, dodges them again. Oh, the Ridley with the snipe. Oh, no. Oh, and he clutches it out. Wow, Ivan with the ridiculously close Ridley. Holy crap, dude. That was... And gets the health bomb. Being at 24 HP. For the finish. That was tight. Yeah, no, death there would have been a massive fall behind for Team Farts. There was a lot of farting going on that fight.
Definitely.
And I mean, now it's Andy's turn. Looks like he's about to go clear Ridley. And then still has to clear Dragon. So we're going to have Andy and Ivan actually be pretty close together. Andy has to clear Ridley and Dragon, but only has one Link to the Past dungeon left. While Ivan has cleared all the Super Metroid bosses, but still has 5 Link to the Past dungeons to go. Meanwhile, looks like Jet also going to do a Ridley attempt. Decided that he didn't want to do Dragon just yet. Did pick up the cane and the space jump while he was in there, though.
I wonder what his plan is.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Dragon is that it's pretty easy to get to him from Link to the Past. While Ridley is still a bit of a trek, even coming from Link to the Past. Charges down further in Lower North Chaos. Like the item right before Ridley.
Yes, the safety power bombs. I believe it was.
Power bombs of shame.
Yes.
It looks like Andy's just about to pick up his charge beam right here.
The ninja pirates being lovely.
Miss Metroid taking double power bombs of shame, apparently. Gotta grab him on the way in and out.
And using his farming beam to good effect before Ridley.
The farm beam is pretty effective at farming. Looks like Cross is doing a quick Eastern Palace. Sorry, not Eastern Palace, Thieves Town. Andy now making his Ridley attempt, and it went a lot smoother than Ivan's.
Definitely.
Yeah, 24 health, little less than 70 tanks, so... I reckon Andy did pretty well there. Jet also coming up on Ridley pretty soon.
Yeah, Andy definitely has a lot more health than Ivan.
Well, Cross doing a nice hover on the right, on the left there, I think. Short little hover. And I mean, it looks like Jet is going to be the last person to clear out Ridley. Meanwhile, Ivan about to attempt Mothula. Although Buttersword should make pretty short work here. And he's also got the Fire Rod for good measure. And Mothula goes down in just a few swipes.
Whatsoever.
Another clean Ridley fight from Jet. And with that, all runners have now cleared Ridley. We have only Ivan having finished Dragon though. Everyone else has only dipped into Meridia, and Cross hasn't even gone into Meridia yet. Cross has only just, yeah, cleared pod to grab the gravity suit to begin with. Yeah, at the very least, Cross has the information on where all the important items are in Meridia. So he can just do a quick sweep through. The unfortunate thing is, as we mentioned before, Team Suits product still has yet to find the Ice Rod. So they may decide that it's worth doing a Meridia sweep, in which case they might lose a lot of time trying to look for the Ice Rod. We're gonna hope that one of the runners decides to go up and do a Death Mountain check, or at least head up and see what Turtle Rock is, and then find Ice Rod on the way through. Otherwise, they could waste a lot of time checking needless items. Looks like Andy's heading over to Turtle Rock. He's just going to finish off Link to the Past. While he has the chance.
Ice Rod on the way.
Actually doing some checks in Death Mountain. Oh, nope. Decides against it. Places the bomb down and then realizes, no, I actually don't need to go in there.
That autopilot is probably a bit rough.
Yeah, he had to pick up the ether to get into Turtle Rock though, so...
Of course, gonna hover over that bit.
Yeah, and yeah, just the casual Andy hover. Jet taking it nice and slow with 3 Musketeers. Those enemies will deal a lot of damage even with Gravity Suit. It's about 50 per hit. They do chunk you for quite a lot. Oh, Cross has Ice Rod already apparently. So never mind. Team Stoops should be okay. I mean, we'll double check on the next inventory. The next inventory check, but if Stoops does have Ice Rod, then they're actually looking pretty fine here. Screw Attack can be pretty helpful early on in the seeds, but at this point in the game, it's not really required for anything. It's not a bad pickup, but you don't super need Screw Attack to do anything, really. Andy, having caught up to Ivan on items, is also in go mode now. Cross definitely has Ice. So, Cross and Jet both in no mode.
Okay, that's good at least.
Yeah, they are trailing a bit behind Team Farts, but Soup's product, at the very least, have collected everything. They know what they need to do. They just have to do it. It's all about execution from this point on, folks. Cross picking up his fire rod. Yeah, half magic was back of Sahasrama.
Jet doing that green gate glitch to the beat of the music there.
Jet's just, since they don't have the flute, Jet's just heading over to Misery Mile through Norfair.
Yep, gonna pick up another sword because he definitely needs it.
Yeah, Jet only having the Master Sword means that he's not dealing really as much damage as he would like. Tempered Sword definitely going to help him out with a lot of the dungeons that he starts to clear. And Ivan and Cross basically synced up right now. We'll see which one can beat the other in the boss fight. Place your bets, folks. Ivan or Cross will beat Argus first. Ivan did enter with a slight lead.
And it does look like he's gonna
Clears the popcorn chicken. Neither of them going for silver arrows. They're just gonna swipe Argus, and Ivan gets the kill first.
Especially since Cross only had the tempered sword, but I guess that doesn't make a difference. Cross not realizing that you have to pick up the item.
So we finally, Andy is going to be the first person to clear out Turtle Rock here, being his last Link to the Past dungeon that he has to clear, other than Ganon's Tower. And I mean, after Andy clears Turtle Rock, it's pretty much straight to GT. We're likely going to see a GT play, and then he'll go back to Super Metroid, clear Dragon, and Mother Brain. Not often that you see seeds where you're clearing Link to the Past before having even beaten some of the Super Metroid bosses. Alright, Andy coming up against Trinex. Getting in from behind.
Oh yes, it would make sense to go to GT now since it's right here on Death Mountain.
Yeah, exactly. And that is Andy finishing his last Link to the Past dungeon. Got his last crystal. Just has to clear Ganon's Tower, and then he is finished with Link to the Past. Alright, folks. Well, with Andy heading over to GT, we get to start our guessing game. How many items in will it be for Andy to find the big key in GT? If you are a subscriber to Speed Gaming and guess correctly, you will get a point on the leaderboard. So let's see guesses, guys.
But first, the floating island, I guess?
Yeah, looks like Andy's just going to quickly go pick up Plasma Beam on his way through.
Makes sense. Plasma can definitely help with what's left of Super Metroid.
We got a lot of guesses today. Oh, sorry, Wave Beam, not Plasma. Wrong one. Oh, you can. I didn't even know you could jump off Floating Island. Today I learned. Alright, Cross just cleared Dragon, and Andy just about to enter GT. Looks like Jet is clearing Misery Maya, and Ivan's doing Ice Palace.
I'm gonna go for 5.
I'm a heavy advocate of 1. Should always be 1. Come on, first chest, guys. Let's see it. Number 1 is bombs. It's not 1. Neither is it 2. So Andy's actually going to mirror and go left side, rather than check right first. We have Heart Piece on Pillar, so not 3. Alright, we got 4, 5, 6, and 7. A key. The big key, there it is, number 5. Who guessed it today?
Look, I got it
Let's
right.
take a look.
I got it right.
Oh, nice. Good stuff, Sandra. Torsui with the close 42 is almost there. We had interrupting our guest 5. Congrats. Yeah, there is a fairy room all the way at the bottom of Ice Spells. If you hop down the, like the pot things. I don't even know what to call them. I guess they're pots. Oh, Andy getting bodied on the cannon bridge.
I think there's a fairy room in every dungeon, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, sounds right. Ivan just cleared Ice Palace. Cross picking up his Cane of Samaria just then. I believe he's already grabbed space as well. Although we'll see as soon as he jumps. Nope, hasn't grabbed space yet. Will he even bother? He's not even gonna bother with space jump. Cross is like, nah man, I'm just gonna gravity jump, I guess. Oh, you know what? Actually, he's cleared Ridley already. So he doesn't even need space jump. Fair enough then. We got Andy climbing tower as fast as he can, while Ivan is hot on his tail. Running up to Turtle Rock right now. Looks like Jet is just about to grab the Ether Medallion here. Only has to grab Ice Rod. Either bosses can be completed first, Semnitz.
Yes, but usually it's optimal to beat Ganon before Mother Brain because Ganon gives you a better way to do it, I believe.
Well, also the fact that GT actually has items in it, whereas Torian is pretty much
Yes.
empty. So you may as well clear the dungeon with the items in it first. If you complete Mother Brain first, the timer will just not activate. And as soon as you get back into criteria, you're totally fine.
And killing Ganon first.
And he does the Moldorm
Triforce door. Will just make the Triforce door take you to the top of the pyramid. What's quite interesting about killing Mother Brain first is that it means you get the Hyper Beam for the rest of Super Metroid, but sadly, you'd never see that very often.
Yeah, plus by the time you've cleared Super Metroid, you don't really need to... Or by the time you've beaten Mother Brain, you pretty much picked up almost all the items anyway. Not to mention that the Hyper Beam actually deactivates after you do a walk back and forth through Link to the Past. Although, as a cool side effect of that, if you clear Super Metroid without Plasma, and then do Mother Brain, get the Hyper Beam, do a transition to Link to the Past, and come back, you'll still have Plasma. You won't have Hyper, but they'll give you Plasma for free. So Andy on the final Ganondorf fight. Not having too much trouble by the looks, he's got plenty of hearts left. As long as he doesn't get buffed off the edge, we should see a pretty clean fight here. Ivan just clearing through Turtle Rock. So is Jet for Team Stoop's product.
Did you find the arrows in Brinstar?
I believe everyone has picked up silvers at this point.
Yes.
And that is Andy clearing Ganon. Everyone give a G for Andy. Only one game left.
Yep, he just has to finish Dragon and finish Mother Brain.
And we are on track for about a 2:15 or a 2:20. A ridiculously fast combo rando time. This seed was particularly nice to our runners today. Being able to skip basically all of the Meridia checks saves a lot of time over the course of the run. Like checking Shek Tool and all the sand pits and all like the upper Meridia stuff can be really cumbersome. So being in go mode before even like getting to Meridia, or pretty much as soon as we got into Meridia, we found the last couple items. Really shaved off a lot of time this run. Yeah, Team Fight's definitely in the lead. Andy basically only having to clear Dragon and Mother Brain, while Ivan only having to clear Turtle Rock, GT, and Mother Brain. Meanwhile, Jet and Crossproduct are still trailing a little further behind. Jet has to clear Dragon and Turtle Rock. Crossproduct still has 3 Link to the Past dungeons that he's got to get through on top of GT. So I think it's actually going to be pretty close between Ivan and Andy here. I think Andy's probably got a slight edge time-wise. I mean, he's coming up on Dragon right now, while Ivan still has to clear GT. So Ivan's probably only trailing like a few minutes behind Andy at this point.
It is generally just fine to finish around the same time because it's only your slower finishing member that counts.
Yeah, Dragon has quite a close warp from Link to the Past, so it's actually pretty easy to leave Dragon till the end.
Definitely.
Yeah, no grapple kill on Dragon for Andy. And I mean, Andy just gonna beeline to Torian at this point. He's gonna have himself a pretty fast finish. We're looking at around a 220. Meanwhile, Ivan just about to start GT. Already knows where the big key is. He's gonna head straight over there.
So, yeah, I suppose Andy heading to Link to the Past to then probably save and quit and take the Link's House entrance.
Yeah, going through Link's House takes him right straight to Criteria, which is pretty dang close. Ivan picking himself up 3 keys. He's got to figure out, wait, which one's the big key in again? It's alright, he's keyed up.
Or just resetting, right?
He's keyed up going up the tower.
Resetting, let him take a nice refill before Turian, so that's very nice. A nice chill finish.
Andy refilling all his tanks, getting his ammo back. And Jet not far behind Andy and Ivan. He's going to be clearing GT now, and like Andy, also has Dragon still left to do. Meanwhile, Cross just has to quickly clear Skullwoods and then move on to Total Rock.
Yes, it's probable that Team Farts have definitely won this at this point. I think
they have
Cross
to take
is, Cross is a bit too far behind to be able to manage.
Yeah, they have to take a major stuff up on Team Farts. Side of the screen to really pull them behind here.
Jet could beat Ivan, but I don't think Cross would be able to.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Jet as well is that he still hasn't beaten Dragon as well, so he also has that time loss. Plus, they're checking right side first, meaning that they're not going to find the key nearly as quickly as Ivan did.
Right.
Yeah, Ice not required to beat Torian because Power Bombs do clear the Metroids. It is really slow, but I mean, if you just don't find Ice, it's a lot faster than searching for it, that's for sure. No baby skip for Andy. We might see one for Ivan. Although we'll find out pretty soon.
We're gonna see Andy do Zeb skip.
I've been doing hover. Oh, and he gets it. Following up on Andy. Team Hover making their way through. Andy moving on to Mother Brain, phase 3.
I mean, they probably use their farts to hover. That's probably how they do it.
Phase 2, I should say, not phase 3. Team Hover boys striking back. And a really good agonim by Ivan.
Look
Made
at
pretty quick
all
work
three
of
of them
there.
lined up in exact.
Andy not going for stand-up glitch. Is just gonna lower his health. And make this Mother Brain cutscene take as quick as it can. Meanwhile, Jet's still climbing up GT and Cross. Just entering Turtle Rock now, still trailing a fair bit behind.
Ganon teaching us about the wonderful breakfasts you could have today.
Make sure to eat your breakfast, kids. Oh, Ivan almost getting pushed off the edge though. And that is one more shot. There we go. There's 1G for Ivan as well, guys. Andy entering phase 3 of the Mother Brain fight. Almost finishing up. We're going to have a low 220 finish for Andy by the looks. Meanwhile, Jet just clearing up Moldorm. The time bomb has been set. 3 minutes for Andy to escape. Will we make it out today? It's going to be a close one.
Is, will Andy save the animals? He has time to.
He's still going to wait for his partner. Will we see an animal save? Jet also having quite a good Aghanim fight. Is going to be moving on to Ganon now. Audience seems pretty confident that Andy will give no cares for the animals here. Jet starting his Ganon fight. That's the one. And of course, Andy skipping right past the animals. Get the GGs ready in the chat. And that is time. Whew, close escape sequence. Barely making that with only 1:54 to go. Cutting it right down to the wire. Barely escaped, but Andy has done it with a 2:21:37. GG's to ALG Andy. Now we are just waiting on his partner Ivan to follow suit. Ivan is approaching Baby Metroid right now. I mean, honestly, we can complain about Andy not saving the animals all we like, but the real tragedy this run is that no one got to pull the pet. Honestly, that's the really sad thing.
Indeed. You've got to pull the animal pet. They should put an item location in the animals.
Force runners to get it. It's like a bow. They put bow in animals. Alright, Ivan coming up on the Mother Brain fight pretty shortly. Cross just clearing Turtle Rock. Only has to head over to GT now. Clear tower as fast as you can. And Ivan moving on to phase 2 Mother Brain. Hello, Andy. GG, man.
Hello, GG.
Congrats. We're just waiting on Ivan. Finishing up Mother Brain.
That was a weird seed.
It was a really fast seed.
Yeah.
You guys found loads early on.
Yeah, I pretty much found like nothing. I found Gravity Suit, I found 2 swords, and I found the flippers. And I think Ivan found literally everything else.
I mean, when you found Gravity, we thought that was like gonna be a huge game changer for the race.
It was nice. It was nice for routing. Well, I guess I found Canis Maria and Space Jump also. But so I found Gravity. Since I didn't have Bow yet, I just kind of like left and went straight to Meridia.
Yeah, the hover there was like huge.
And then Ivan found the bow like a minute after I found Gravity.
We were all talking about how, this is going to save them so much time, and then Ivan just waltzes into desert and finds the bow. We're like, oh, never mind.
But then, so Ivan went straight to Pod because of that, got Gravity, and then got Hookshot from Helmasaur, and then that was our go mode.
Yeah, and I mean, Kane, like, immediately in Meridia as well. Didn't have to really search for it.
Yeah, Kane's Space Jump there was pretty nice. But yeah, at that point we still needed ammo. Ivan needed a lot more ammo than I did.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He found Charge Beam in Lower Norfair and everything was right.
On the way to Ridley.
Dude, Ivan had me sweating during that Ridley fight. He was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die." He said, "I'm gonna die" for like 45 seconds.
Yeah, 24
and
health.
So when I learned that when you get Ridley down to 0 health, Ridley gets put on a timer before he actually starts exploding. So Ivan was just trying to like survive the timer, and then Ridley picked him up. And he just screamed,
Anyway.
"He picked me up!"
Yeah, that was really tense. Like, we were all watching, and that was probably the only like real, like, I don't think we saw a single death from any runner so far this race. So that was like the only like real tense moment where we were like, oh, we might actually see a death here.
God, That would have been
But
a
he
real
pulled
bad
through.
death too.
Yeah. Have to trek all the way back down through Lower North there. Would not have been kind. Yeah, I mean, Jet has just finished Dragon and is about to clear Mother Brain himself. Meanwhile, Cross is just heading up GT now, having already
Nice.
cleared Dragon.
Hey, it's like me and Ivan.
Yeah, I know, they mirrored you guys. No, I mean, we saw a lot of similarities. Like, earlier on in the sea, Jet and Cross actually looked to be a little bit ahead of you guys. Like, they were picking up a lot of the key items, like, a couple minutes before you guys were. And then probably around about when the Link to the Past routing started is when you guys, like, really started to pull ahead. And then, like, yeah, like, once you got Gravity, Andy, it really, like, you guys just shot ahead from there. Because they spent a lot of time looking for the bow.
Yeah, I was super worried. So Desert was like super low on our priorities because I dipped early and we got the heart piece. So there's only one item in there and it wasn't Green Pendant Dungeon. So we're like, all right, Desert's probably like the last place we go. But then we did Thieves Town and like the whole Dark Worlds, and we had already full cleared SM up to that point. Or like from what was in Logic at least. And then so our only options were like a pod dip without the bow, a swamp dip without the hook shot. Going to Ice Palace with no fire rod, and so Ivan, since I had Bombos and Ivan didn't have it yet, I went to Ice Palace. Ivan decided to go to Swamp, check Bombos tablet, and then he just went to Desert from there.
Yeah.
And then I was really worried because I completely forgot that I didn't do Sahashwa and Eastern because I was going to, and then Ivan's like, "Oh, I found Morph Ball and Varia," and I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna join you in Super Metroid." And I was like, "Oh God, if like Bo or something is in Sahashwa or in Eastern, we're screwed."
Oh, it's all good though.
But everything worked out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Stoop's product did that early Desert dips exactly the same as you guys, finding, well, yeah, just getting locked because key on pillar. But yeah, they did a lot of those other dips you mentioned, like before they went back to Desert. So it did take them quite a while for them to actually get the bow and then grab the Gravity after that. And then, you know, they pretty much, as soon as they found the bow, they were like right behind you guys for the rest of the race. Like it was pretty straightforward from there. And that's GG for Ivan as well. Finishing up with a 228.
GG!
GG Ivan, congrats man.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, we actually got like a pretty like even spread on everyone here. Everyone's about like 5 minutes-ish apart. We're probably gonna have Jet finish pretty soon and then Cross about 5 minutes behind him. But yeah, congrats on the run. Like, super fast seed. A lot of key items really early on, Morph Ball and bombs. Like, no, didn't really need to use power bombs for like anything that run.
Yeah, getting Morph Ball bombs and speed early on. Speed's really nice to have super early.
God, I was so mad about speed. It was like right when I went down Red Tower, and I was like, "Oh, speed's a Terminator." I'm like, "Well, I'll get that in a little while, I guess."
But yeah, like Varia as well. Like Varia and Morph Ball being right next to each other basically meant that like Super Metroid was open to you guys from the beginning, like pretty much completely.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, and we saw like pretty much all the runners this race. You were all basically in the same places at the same time. It's like you guys all started Link to the Past and then immediately swapped over to Super Metroid after Varia and Morph Ball got found, and then you guys stuck in there, like sweeping that for a while, and then went back to Link to the Past for like the rest of the run. It was pretty much like you just took turns playing each game more or less. There weren't many times where you had like multiple people like checking both games.
I was scared out of my mind during Ridley. I almost beefed it so hard. Because doing that fight without high jump boots is so much different. I haven't done Locust on Ice in a long time.
Yeah, I gave him a low impression.
And like I had 20 shots on Ridley. I knew I had 20 shots, and I was just like, I didn't want to risk being picked up because I had less than 50 health. I was just waiting for him to explode, and then he just magically grabbed me. And he came down to swoop. I was like, well, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, chat was freaking out there when you took the fireball hit, like from 50 to 25 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat just like exploded.
Oh yeah, no, I was real scared.
Yeah, Ivan's tone went from I'm gonna die to Ridley to I'm gonna die to Ridley. It was really funny. And also nerve-wracking. I don't even remember what I was doing at the time. I was like not paying attention. I was just waiting to hear if Ivan died to Ridley or not.
Yeah, I mean, the seat was pretty nice. Like, we didn't really have any out-of-the-way items, honestly. We didn't have to do Shock Tool, we didn't have to do Ted, we didn't have to do, you know, the Aghanims. Didn't have to do Light World Aghanim. There really wasn't anything, any, like, really badly locked items in that seed.
Yeah, I'm glad nothing was in Eastern because we completely forgot about it until about an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yep.
Yeah, Andy did mention that earlier. But yeah, we're just watching Jet finish up Mother Brain, and Cross is about to start touring himself. Jet doing the stand-up glitch as well. Trying to save some time for the team.
Did anybody find Flute?
No one
Nope.
found the flute, no one
Nice.
found high jump.
Man, I find Ganon's Tower somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Ganon's Tower. I mean, Meridia, like, really, like, none of you guys checked Meridia, like, at all for obvious
We
reasons.
got some Meridian. I think we didn't do.
We did a good portion.
We didn't do one of the pits or Plasma or Jack Tool. I think that's it.
I did both pits.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
Because I think I did both pits. I think
Yeah,
you.
you did.
I don't remember why.
Yeah, no. It's just
Maybe it was for ammo.
Yeah, I mean, even in Link to the Past, like, I don't think anyone checked the Pyramid Mountain
Nope.
bomb, because, yeah, at that point, like, you guys are rolling. Like, you guys got, I'm pretty sure you guys got no mode, like, an hour 20 in or something.
It was something like that, but we had a ton of dungeons left to do.
Yeah. I still had 6 crystals left to get when we got go mode.
Like, crazy, though, that you guys got go mode that early on. Having not even, like, checked a lot of the dungeons, but not having cleared most of them.
Did either of them steal the key from the back of desert to get the bow?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, they actually
Okay.
they got bow a lot later than you did, because they did the early desert dip, and then they did a lot of other dips before they went back to desert.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much like the big factor that pulled you guys ahead, is that Jet and Cross just took a while to find the bow that race.
Yeah. We also found out it was, or gravity was bow locked, so it couldn't have done anywhere like in Meridian or anything. Thanks, Andy.
No problem. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have stolen the key from the back. With big key on the torch. I knew small key would have had to be in the big chest, so it would have been like a 66% chance that item was over there.
Yeah, it's not too risky though. You know, is it worth going out of the way to check like 2 items?
Yeah.
Just check like way more high density areas. I mean, you guys came back eventually, which is what mattered. But yeah, like, did you guys have anything, any like strange or like highlights of the run? I mean, clearly Ivan almost dying to Ridley was was the big one there, I think. And
I'm glad, man.
And
if Charge Beam hadn't been where it was, I probably would have died rapidly.
yeah, exactly.
Because doing that fight with 30 supers with no high jump is much worse than.
Yeah, really well placed Charge Beam for you guys.
Yeah.
When we saw it on the way down, because yeah, like you guys were in Go Mode a while before then, and you know, just doing like a bunch of ammo collection. But as soon as picked up Charge Beam, it's like, alright, don't really have to check anything else. Yeah, you have all you need. But yeah, like other than that, I mean, Chat loved all the hovers, Andy. Every one of them.
Yeah, they were mad last time because I didn't hover at all, and Ivan hovered more than I did. They were throwing a big old fit.
Pay them back. Also, Triple Pendant in Light World. That was
all vanilla
interesting
too.
as well.
Well, I don't remember which one here it was.
They were all vanilla, actually.
Oh.
The stream is frozen, but we did. We can't tell from audio that Jet did just finish, and it sounds like Cross is doing Mother Brain right now. So we're just gonna, you know, blind commentate the rest of this race. Cross almost finished up. But yeah, like GG guys. It was a really good race.
That was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Alright, well, for everyone in the chat, make sure you give Andy and Ivan a follow. I think that's basically it for the interview, so cheers for talking to us, guys, and we will see you later in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
The description of this race, nice relaxing late night race, was quite.
Yeah, pretty laid back. Looks like we're doing a quick reboot for the restream. Darkroom stream. Oh, I mean we have picture. We have Sandra on Mother Brain. There we go. Looks like we got it. So we're just waiting for Cross to finish, and then I think we do a real quick interview with Jet and Cross, and call that it for the race. Stream needed to find a lamp. Cross make his way through now. Go hashtag team farts, Ivan in the chat.
That's true. Cross did do 2 high jumpless lava dives.
Team Ass Blast. Whew. Alright, well, Cross has finished Mother Brain and is probably just about done with the race here. We're gonna have yet another intense escape sequence. Will he make it out, guys?
I give him a 10% chance of making it out.
Yeah, you know, I agree. I don't even... Yeah, like maybe 5%. It's gonna be a close one. This is easily like the hardest part of the run. So the real question we have to face is, will Cross save the animals? Will Cross be the one, the lone survivor to save the animals?
Somehow I doubt that.
I believe. %100% save. Let's see it. He's doing it! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh man.
See, Team Stoops product wins for saving the animals. GG, guys.
Apparently Jet saved the animals as well, so...
And that's coming up for a GG for Team Stoops product. We'll see if we want to get them in for a quick interview. Just a second, guys. We're getting them in pretty shortly. GG cross product.
Hey, thanks.
Will Jet be joining us as well?
Yeah, I think he wants you to move him up.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can do that. There we go. Alright, GG guys. Congrats on finishing just a bit behind Team Farts. It was a close race. You guys were pretty much neck and neck for the whole first half of that run. In fact, I think you guys were a little ahead.
Yeah, we got bottlenecked. I heard they got bottlenecked too, though.
Yeah. Like, how did you feel that overall the run went?
I don't think it was one of our best. I don't even think it was one of our average. I mean, we usually finish around the 230, 240 mark, typically for a co-op, so at least there's that. But like, we were just talking in the SRL. Could have done the right-hand side of pod if I had bought a potion on the way there, or if I didn't have to use mine in ice, which would have been better. And that was gravity. Like,
yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I don't know if you guys heard this, but Andy hovered over to gravity.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't expect anything to be there. I'm like, if I'm get bow locked, that's fine. It's knowledge. Yeah. But having gravity there would have been, I think, a huge amount of knowledge for us.
I mean, to be fair, even though Andy did find gravity there, Ivan did follow up about a minute later finding bow and desert, so
okay,
it would have picked it up pretty quickly anyway, but it was still pretty funny watch from the viewer's point of view when we saw Andy hover across and pick up gravity, and we're like, wow, okay, okay. Like, if bow was hidden somewhere a bit harder to find, it would have been pretty huge.
I think the biggest thing we could have done, and we didn't really think about it at the time, is when Cross the first time was in desert checking it out, seeing the big key on a torch. He could have stolen a key, and then that would have netted us bow, which I think would have been even bigger.
Yeah,
because we would have, we would have been able to figure it out. Because technically it was within logic because of book, but we didn't have boots yet.
Yeah, we were just talking to Team Farts, and Andy said the exact same thing. He's like, I dipped into desert, and if I had stolen the key earlier, like getting that bow early on would have been such a huge time save. I mean,
so
in the end, like
seeing pendants.
this was just so fast. Like it was so streamlined for you guys.
It's so weird seeing 3 pendants in the light world. I'm like, does that mean Moon Pearl on Ped? But no, we got Moon Pearl early.
But yeah, like none of the like real key items were really hidden that like in hard to find places.
It was just goofy things, like the bow in desert, fire rod on left hand side swamp.
Yeah, but like we didn't have anything in Shack Tool, like any of the out of the way Meridia items, or pedestal. Thankfully, wasn't anything actually useful. Well, thankfully for you guys, the viewers were rooting for a ped seed pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Didn't get there. Not today.
I mean, we practically go moded. It was like what, half lower Norfair, and then Meridia was just the 2 items, and then we were done.
Yeah, I think Team Fox.
Well, that's not true because we were in. Yeah, you're right. We were in go mode, but I think I basically checked everything but Firefly anyway because it was kind of on the way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Team Farts go moded about an hour 20 in, like a full hour before they finished, and you guys were only like 5-10 minutes behind them. Like it was crazy how quick everyone go moded this run.
Yeah.
Like it was so like by the time you guys had everything you needed, like I think a lot of you had cleared like at most 2 or 3 dungeons, and some of you had cleared like 1 at go mode. And it was just like you grab the items and then all of a sudden, oh, we just don't have to check like anywhere, like Meridia. I don't think did you guys like you barely checked like any Meridia, right? Because by that point,
there's nothing. We just grabbed I grabbed the 2 items. I don't think Cross grabbed Space Jump.
Yep.
Nah, I probably should have. But it's okay.
Yeah, Andy and Ivan did a little like bit of searching in Meridia, but like really nothing out of the way. And like the only items that still had to be found were pretty much flute and high jump.
Yeah.
Which I mean, amphitheater was giving you a little bit of trouble, Cross, but.
Yeah, I typed this in the stream chat, but basically, next time I have to do amphitheater and I don't have high jump boots, I'm gonna turn off speed booster because it just killed me.
Yeah,
like just even the initial run through the door pushed me. Just that extra little bit of speed pushed me off of the platform I was supposed to land on, and then of course the short jumps from the speed booster, no high jump, carbo. So
yeah, doesn't help. But like I think that was the only death in the entire race for like both games. But overall, like all the runners were playing pretty safe the whole time. We had Ivan like have a ridiculously close fight with Ridley, got down to about 20 health.
Oh wow, I died in lava dive too, actually.
Oh okay. But yeah, like, other than that,
yeah.
Yeah, but, oh right, yes, in lava dive, yeah. That was, I mean, second attempt, first try, right?
Yeah, second and third try.
yeah, exactly. You had to do it twice. Didn't pick up on a space jump, did you?
Oh wait, did I? I did do it twice, and then the third time I had gravity, so I just did a gravity jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the third time I had to go through was nice because just like I can gravity jump. I don't even need to farm health. I farmed the little lava pillar guys a little bit. I got a little bit out. But
yeah, well,
I didn't really need them.
How did you guys feel about like early on in the seed, like all the ridiculous amounts? There was a lot of key items super early on.
I don't know about Jet, but I thought that was immediately bad. When you put all the items up front, the game comes down to execution, and it's very hard to win an execution race against Ivan and Andy.
Yeah,
it's like did Andy like 1 round Fantoon with like 25 Doppler missiles with his like hover fingers? I want to see that clip.
Yeah, I think one. Who was it? Someone had a really bad Fantoon fight.
That was me.
Was it one of you two? Yeah.
I supered him in the first round, and then I miscounted my shots, so I supered him again. I even raged him twice.
Yeah, that was rough. We were watching that, and I think Andy, yeah, because it was Andy. I'm pretty sure that was doing wreck shit with you, and you were ahead of him at that point. Like I said, you guys actually had the lead like pretty early on until about Link to the Past.
Yeah, I think that if we had an advantage in this race, it was teamwork. We've known each other for 16 years, and we know how each other think, and we've gone over routing and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely showed.
Yeah, if anybody caught our previous race, we finished within about a minute of each other, and we usually finish within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we tried to do that. This one was just based on how early Go mode was. It was really hard to like where's Cross going to catch up at.
Yeah.
And I was able to route the dungeons for him, so you saw we finished within 5 minutes of each other. But we try to aim closer if we can.
Yeah, I mean, you guys still like did pretty well of like keeping in sync.
Yeah, and in this format, it pays to help your partner catch up when you're going by. When we're going by a team like slower time rather than first time or average time. I think that I honestly think that this format promotes the teamwork aspect of 2v2 more than previous iterations. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, when you're doing randos over 2 different games and any item can be anything, well, for in general, there's a lot of team communication, coordination, just figure out, right, how much can we check, what can we check, when can we check it. But yeah, I mean, early on, like Morph Ball bombs, Varia Suit, all within 5 minutes, and then it's like, gotta clear Super Metroid now. Like, both teams, it was pretty obvious that this is a seed where it's gonna be super heavy Super Metroid early on.
Yeah, but there was like nothing in Bryn. It was all old Bryn Star, and like what, one thing in Wreck Ship. Like it was just the.
I mean, did one of you two end up finding most of the items? Because Andy said that Ivan had found basically everything, and he did.
I felt like that was happening because I felt like I had a lot of stuff, and like so in the beginning, Cross had a bunch of stuff, and I had to play catch up, which I hate doing that, especially early on. So I'm like, I need to explore stuff for our team, and I have to go collect this stuff.
Yeah, you had to get the glove out of.
I needed glove, I needed book, needed hammer, like just having both your Dark World Access items in Wreck Ship, like it's a bottleneck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you guys did like the crossover, like it definitely felt that a lot of the items were skewed to be on one side of the runner's route.
Right,
they're all on one path. And in in Link to the Past, it was obvious that whoever went north found like all the items at the start first, pretty much. And then in Super Metroid, it kind of had that split as well. And I think you guys did like the flip from Link to the Past to Super Metroid, whereas Andy and Ivan basically just found everything for the first hour, pretty much. And Andy's just playing catch up, checking all the other stuff. Which, I mean, Andy ended up finishing first because he just, like, cleared all the Link to the Past dungeons at the end, pretty much, when it went back to Link to the Past, but... I mean, it was a really close race. I think if it wasn't for the fact that they found Bo just a fair bit earlier than you guys, you were definitely ahead up until that point. And it could have gone either way, honestly. I think the first person to find the Bo there... The first team to find the Bo... definitely had the advantage going forwards, and it was super close the whole way through.
I think that was like, I want to say that's the last place we had to check anyway. I can't fully remember, but I basically within logic, that was probably the last place. So never a good sign when you're bottlenecked and that's the last place you're going to check.
The last one, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you guys checked a lot of the Dark World. You dipped into a lot of the Dark World dungeons before heading to Desert, where Andy and Ivan did Desert before a couple of their dips.
Right.
So that did end up saving them time. Like, even though they found the gravity early, they still found the bow before checking a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I think the stealing a key would have made a big difference. It didn't help that he was in Desert without boots. I had boots, but no book because I still had to play catch up. It's like, there was just nothing you could do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like after you dip desert, like you guys dipped desert twice, right? I think before.
I had to go
doing the
back in,
boat.
yeah, because he went in,
Yeah.
and then I went in to check the last item.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Bell.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, after you make the first dip, you don't really want to go back there because you've already committed time to it. But you know, it just happened to have the bow, so had to check it eventually. But yeah, with that, I mean, like I said, it was still a really good run, really close for the whole like first hour and a half up until bow, and it was really fun to watch. So. GG guys, and you're not out yet, right? It's still double elims, so into losers brackets.
We're just got to make our way up the losers bracket.
Yeah, exactly. Just come back up from there. No
Get
problem.
a rematch against these guys.
Yeah.
Finals rematch. Let's see it. All right, I'm excited. Okay, well, thanks for doing an interview with us.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, tracking, restreaming. Have a good one.
Yeah, catch you guys. See you around. All right, well, with that, I think we can call this it for the race. Thanks to all the runners, Team Stoops Product, Team Farts, everyone involved in the run, all the restreamers, all the trackers. Big shout outs to who was tracking this race. Big shout outs to Link Force and oh no, I've lost them. And Link Force and Cassidy. Thanks so much for tracking. Thanks to my co-commentator Sandra for commentating with me. And cheers, chat.
See ya.
Have a good one. We will see you next race. Catch you around.